Okay, this will be an interesting one. Yeah, scanner just made a noise. Actually, there is one thing I want to do, and that is to change this over to map. So let's see what we have to demo with. We have here a Lurex skirt which is shimmering. It's really like this kind of, it's actually quite soft for Lurex, but yeah, it's this kind of fabric. I'm going to use this as going to demo with this, like we're going to move it around. So I'm going to just slip and slide it, rumple it. Yeah, that looks really quite nice. You can see some colour breaking out, which is really nice. Going to use this as our master copy. So we're going to just switch it to 100. I think we got it big enough, and we're just going to put it away with the other clothing and other items shit, and we're going to use this as our master copy. I really miss a loved one at the moment, folks, and his name is Luigi. And it really hurts to be alone without him. Trying to get this work of mine recognised on television, on the news, so I can find Luigi. He's into photocopiers as well, so he'll know it's me, and he'll ring up the TV channel and they'll pass on the details. So, and that looks really intense right there. That looks really good. But basically, it's not easy trying to get your stuff on the airwaves because you've got the coronavirus still reasonably, at least reasonably active as a news go-to, because they do like this coronavirus, it seems, because it is ready-made. Everything's there, you know, the news is there, people are dying or people are suffering, and people want to know what's going on. So they say that, you know, you can tune into this station, this channel, to see all the necessary updates, blah blah blah, and all that sort of shit. And people want to know the updates, even though it scares the living shit out of them. And basically, it's not good for mental health to have people constantly consuming that kind of information. It really is hard to deal with. Some people do have trouble dealing with the pandemic and how it's affecting workplaces, it's affecting families. Some people are stuck overseas because they cannot come back to Australia due to this, separated, and they can't find their way back. So there's a lot of real bad things that happen because of corona. But we can't let corona be the thing that we need to see all the time. We can't live on that shit all the time. I wonder if we can enlarge this, maybe. So we've got to try and think of positive things in this world. We can't just focus on pandemics and shit like that. We can't just stay hooked into the fucking pandemic, you know, the coronavirus. We've got to fucking well consume something a little bit more friendly, a little bit more positive. You know, we've got to have something positive to consume. Not all this negativity is doing people's heads in. We need a love story, which is what I'm trying to present. I'm trying to present a love story, folks. A real life one, not a married at first sight or any of that sort of stuff that we know that TV channels like to present. When it comes to so-called love, they like to use fake things, like love is like they don't have any concept of reality. They don't want a real love story. They just want something. I don't get it. I really find it really sad that a love story on television is a game show or a reality TV show instead of a real life true love affair. So I'm getting a bit fed up with what's happening in the world, or what has been given to us, what's happening in the world. Now this is not working as well as I'd like. I don't know why I can't get this fuck shit to happen. But basically, I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to put this one up again. But basically, I just want my work to shine. I want it to shine, folks. I want people to be not just resting from corona or COVID-19. I want people to be inspired. I want the television to be a point of inspiration where people can really be inspired to that things are not all that bad, you know, that maybe there is life beyond our pandemic, you know, that there's life beyond corona. You know, we don't have to fucking consume all this corona related shit. That we can have a happy, I don't know, I'm really over how the world has become such a place of negativity. Now I'm wondering what I'm going to do with this, folks. But basically, I'd like to see more positive types of, I'm going to use this again, I'm going to see more positive types of material being aired. And I really want to make a difference, folks. One day, me and my future husband, Luigi, are going to revolutionise photocopier design. We're going to design a photocopier that not only works really efficiently and makes it easy to get the job of photocopying done, but I want to create a photocopier that is environmentally and humanitarianly sustainable. We want photocopiers to be made primarily out of recycled materials instead of mined materials. If we're going to mine anything, we want to mine primarily the e-waste dumps of the world, like in China and India, you know, to make a difference, to clean up the mess that we have created and basically make the place clean and green. And I really want to make a difference in that respect. I don't want to be part of the pollution or the problem. I want to be a part of the solution. I know it rhymes and sounds a bit daggy, but I really want to be a part of it, to doing the right thing. And one of the things we're going to do is, it's not going to be made in China or Vietnam or even Japan. Everything's going to be manufactured down under on Australian soil. We're going to make this company 100% Australian made, designed and owned. Everything's going to be owned by us Australians, and we're not going to have slave labour. We're going to pay the workers in the factory a lot more money than or a little bit more actually, than what they're actually worth. They're going to be paid more than they're worth, folks. We're not going to be a slave shop. No, I refuse. I refuse that evil stupidity, that money fuckery. And that's the thing, most of the money that I earn as the CEO will go towards helping create scientific discoveries, and that's leads on to another thing. I want to be a scientist as well as a CEO, and that I'll do science on the side like a hobby, but this hobby is going to be used, and solutions are going to be given away to responsible people, and basically I want to find a solution amongst other things to climate change. I want to find a solution to climate change, and I want to make it available to the world, so we don't have a world that's heating up any further than it already has. We've got to think about making homelessness, for example, making homelessness a thing of the past. So we have to think about the future, folks. And we've got to think about our fellow human. And you've got to think about nature, because without nature, we can't survive. I've got a lot of work to do. I've got a huge bucket list of these things to do. I'm not ready to die yet, folks. I'm not afraid of dying, but I'm not ready to die because I want to enact all these things that I'm talking about now. I want to make these things real. This is a bit dirty looking. I want to make these things real, folks. And I just don't want to be a CEO that cares only about money. Money has got to be used as a slave or a servant. Money must never be your master. It must never become a master. You must master it. Money must be treated, as I said, slave or servant. It's got to be worked. You've got to work money. Money's got to work hard for you. It has got to work, not you working for it as its slave. And that's what most people, most CEOs are like. They just care about the money and they worship money. They treat money like it's their master and they become its slave. That is not good. That cannot happen in the future. I don't want it to happen. I'm not interested in partaking in that kind of foolishness. I want to be something different. And this TV campaign is the beginning of this. This TV campaign is the start of my future and the future potentially of mankind. If that could be, if that is true, well, we got to keep, I don't know, what can I say? I have big ideas, folks, and I'm confident that I can make them happen. And I want to do the right thing, folks. I'm not interested in fucking around anymore. I'm weary of the world as we know it. Someone's got to stand up and take the stage. Now let's see how this looks. Yeah, that looks a bit better. It looks a bit dark, a bit dirty looking, but it still looks quite nice. Wondering how big we're going to make it, or we're going to keep it this size. It's nice to have all that stuff, even though it looks a bit, I don't know, that looks like it's a bit, sorry. We're going to change the size. I'm thinking, how big are we going to make this? Going 160 by 160. But yeah, we just have to find solutions to problems, and we have to pull our heads in and start knuckling down and being a part of a new world, a whole new world, folks. Because I do get really angry at the way the world has become, and it's just frustrating that currently I haven't got the kind of power that I need to make a decent change. I feel powerless at this stage. I really do. But I'm confident that if you news people could show me some clemency, if that's the right term, and put down the coronavirus for one moment and just air my stuff, that would be really appreciated. I would appreciate it to you TV channels if you could do this little act of kindness to me. I'd be really happy, and and I promise to make my videos really newsworthy. I want my work to enlighten people. It's not just about me. It's got to be about others. And I want to give back. And that's what I'll do one day. As I said, I'll be designing the copier systems of the future with my future partner Luigi. But we need to get together now, and if you can get my videos to hit the television, and maybe other people can come up with their own ideas that could revolutionise mankind. Other people need to know that they too can do it too. If they're talented, if that's what they're supposed to do, that they too can make a difference in their own special way. They don't have to be clones of me. Why would I want a clone of myself? I'm a unique person, and so is everyone else. Other people have got to find their voice. Other people have got to step up to the plate. We need them on side. I can't be the only one starting potentially a new industrial revolution. We need other people as well to do their own bit, to help us, to get more people moving in the right direction, doing big things. Otherwise, the world we could go extinct. We can't have that. We can't go extinct, folks. Why? Why would we want to go extinct? Most people are not ready to die yet. Even though I'm ready to die, I'm not ready to die. I'm not afraid of dying. I've made peace with death. I'm all set. I have to live so I can build this photocopier and make these scientific discoveries and a whole lot more. So I have to be positive, folks, about the future. However negative it is, someone needs to make a difference. So I've decided to step up to the plate. Other people need to as well. Anyway, a long demo, folks, but that looks really quite nice. I think now we can call this demo quit.